All right, guys. I have this iPad. I believe it's the ninth generation coming in today. What it is I wonder if you're able to see that from there like that. What it is the charging port is not working. Okay, and as you see under the microscope, this thing is moving. Uh, it's pretty moving a lot. It's shaky everywhere in there. So I believe it's the two screw that holding it together is loose. So what you need to do is open up the screen and tighten up the screw. This should be an easy fix. However, uh, most important thing is you gotta try to get the screen out without damaging the screen in the first place. But overall, I think it's an easy job. So let's work on it together. And I guess replace it, not replace it out, but fix it for the customer here. Okay. Okay. If you had one of this heat pad, you could put it on for a few minutes. It will help a lot. But if you, most people don't have this, which is fine. I believe you could just use some alcohol, and it will loosen the screw up. Not the screw, but loosen the glue up too. Okay. Remember, your best friend for this job will be the alcohol. Okay, guys. 91% alcohol will do amazing job on losing the glue that they have on here. What you want to do is just put it in. It doesn't have to be perfect, but it need to soak in so it can loosen the glue out, so it's easier for you to go into it. Pretty much what I'm using here is just a thin sheet of metal, so I could go in between the opening where the screen meet the housing. You want to do is go down and over, uh, trying to be gentle, add a lot of alcohol if necessary. It will loosen the glue out a whole lot. Okay. Like I said, the alcohol will be the best friend for this job. Um, if you don't have a thin sheet of prying tools, you could just get a guitar pick or something like that. Use whatever that you have. The whole purpose of this is I'm just I guess once I got into it, I'm just slicing it and losing the separate the glue itself, and the alcohol help a lot. As you see, it's pretty straightforward. It doesn't give me any problem at all. Um, Most important thing is the prying tool that you use. I would definitely say the thinner the better, because uh, the thicker one will easily, I guess, crack the screen, and we don't want to crack the screen for this job. Okay, we just want to open it out and I guess tighten those. I believe it's two screw, maybe four, uh, but more likely, based on what I'm seeing, is that the two long screw that hold the port together, hold the port in place, I guess, not together. So just be gentle. As you see, if it's getting tough, it's getting hard, just add more alcohol. Believe me, the alcohol do an amazing job. Okay, so just keep that in mind. No need to rush because you do not want to rush at this part of open up the screen without damaging it. Okay, and depend on the model that you have. For this one, it had the cellular, so there will be an antenna for the cellular up here. Just be gentle, because you may cut the antenna and you won't get any service or signal for the service. Okay, and once you get to the camera part, just trying to pull it back out a little because you don't want to damage the camera also. But as you see, the alcohol is doing a lot of good right now. So just keep that in mind. Once I get to a certain spot that thing is tight, I will definitely add more alcohol in it right away without questioning. Now the other thing that you need to keep an eye out for is somewhere on the right side of the iPad around along right here, here to here. I think there is the connector there, so you don't want to go in too deep and cut that flex cable. Okay. The other thing is the home button is somewhere. Well, I'll tell you guys once I get there. But for now, just trying to avoid going too deep about this section of the iPad because the connector is there. Okay. As you see, I'm pulling it back some as I go along this side of the iPad. I don't want to go in too deep because I do not know exactly where the connector is. Usually, I could just take another screen out and measure it and know where the location is. But I you could do that, but is you could just see this black border here. As long as you don't cross into it, you should be fine. And this part is where the I guess another flex cable for the home button to go in. Most of the time it's inside, but you never know. Sometimes they had, depending on the people who put it together, it may be outside more. So try not to go in too deep at this section also. Okay. And as I see this tighten up, so I'm gonna add more alcohol. Uh, Alcohol do an amazing job on these glue. And as you see, I put the alcohol onto the sheet of metal for it to guide the alcohol into it. Okay, you could go along the edges, but the amount that it gonna go in to go underneath the screen is so little. So if you be able to do that on the prime tool itself, so it could leak in, I think it is much better. All right. This whole entire section here is the long flex cable for the home button. So I didn't want to go in too deep to it. Okay. What it is, I'm just trying to loosen up the glue right now. And once I open it up, I could see where it at. I could start work on it more. Like I say, the alcohol help a lot. So take your time. No need to rush. Also, don't go in too deep at where the button is, guys. Um, you just want to go in the outer layer of it. Um, you don't want to make any tear, any rip to the button at all. Yes, these button, you could replace them now, but the fingerprint scanner will not work. Okay, uh, unless you are very technical, where you could change the chip on the button, that will work. But other than that, just try not to damage that button, I guess. Now the good thing about this is if you do it right, uh, you could put the screen back on because the original glue is very good. So as long as it's not too bad, you could just put the screen back on without have to put additional glue and stuff like that on it. Okay, so just keep that in mind. Right, pretty much what I'm doing now is trying to lift the screen up slowly, and see whatever part that is still stuck down. I guess I'm gonna try to loosen it up as I go, because we did go all around the iPad already. But like I said, the original glue is pretty good. So anything like if it go back down a little bit, I will try to tighten it. It will glue itself again. So just be gentle. Use alcohol. Can't go wrong with alcohol with glue. Okay, guys. And I'm going to try to open it as I go. Um, you don't want to rush and yank this up without make sure that all the glue is out of the way, um, because that would damage the screen. Okay. Why it's so tight here? As you see, I'm going pretty deep in because on top here, I believe there is um, the glue is going could be deep. So I'm pretty much slicing it, trying to loosen it out as much as possible as I'm moving along. There you go. That is out. Now the other thing to keep in mind for guys is try not to touch the screen, okay? Unless you wear glove. As you see, I'm not wearing any glove right now. Uh, and you know, a fingerprint on there, you have to clean it up, and it's very tough. Okay, so just keep that in mind. What I'm doing now is pretty much I'm slicing through whatever. Sometimes there's glue. A part of the LCD was stuck onto that, so I'm just helping it, releasing it out. And as now is a good time to clean up, make sure all the glue is okay. Just get something to hold the screen together so it don't fall off on you. Take that off. You don't need that. All right, let me zoom in. Focus. As you see, there are two screws right here. I believe is loose. So what you want to do is just tighten it up so it could hold the port together. Not together, but hold it in place. Be careful. If you can get to it with your screwdriver, you gotta remove the LCD. Okay. But my is the body of the screwdriver is pretty thin, so I could get into it without have to take this LCD out. Um, and there a few more screw here. I'm just gonna tighten it up too while I'm in here for the customer. Okay, there's one more hidden under this, so I'm gonna tighten that up too. The most important thing is the two long screw. These I don't think is really important, but while I'm here, I just might as well do it for him. So, quick simple job, nothing, everything seem okay. So I'm just gonna put this back in. Like I said, just trying to make sure all the glue that you uh order as adhesive or double-sided tape here, and make sure that it's clean, it's flat, so you can put it back in. Okay, and I do see a strand of dust, so I'm gonna take that out now. Remember not to touch the LCD, guys. It's gonna be so hard to clean. And I believe that's it. With the original glue, it should be okay. Um, Once the alcohol dry out, the glue will stiffen up and it will hold it in place. Okay. Um, for now, that's it. I think it should be charging. So it sometimes I think you have to look at and examine your port. If there's no missing pin and it's move around a lot, like real loose, then this would be the way of fixing it. Okay. However, if all your pin leg is there uh, and it still doesn't charge and it doesn't move around, then more likely you have a bad port or a bad charging chip. Okay. And if, you just have to look at the port itself, especially if there's like missing pin. Then more likely you're gonna need to replace the actual port out itself. Okay. For now, thank you for watching. I hope this video helped. It wasn't too hard. It's just the hardest part is trying to take the screen off without damaging it. Okay. Uh, for this job, your alcohol will be the best friend. Will be your best friend. So use 91% alcohol and get something that is thin and where you could slice through the glue itself. Okay. um, Again, thank you for watching and I hope to see you guys on the next video. Thanks.